So from the age of 12 to 22, I only got my period a few times, 2 or 3 times naturally, and then twice with synthetic progesterone, right? Induction. So I got my first bleed around the age of 16. It was a mess. And I would go to the doctor and try to figure out what was wrong, but they just really didn't know what was happening. And they certainly didn't have a suggestion for how to fix it. They just suggested going on birth control to do, I'm not sure exactly what. I'm Alisa Vitti, and I refuse that option. In the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you exactly how I found my own diagnosis of PMOS, formerly called PCOS, what it taught me about the female body, and why that decade is the reason I can help you today. If you've ever felt like no one really understands what you're going through, stay with me because I get it. Picture me being a teenager with obesity, acne, cystic acne, anxiety, depression, and insomnia, watching all your friends growing up on a timeline your body refused to follow. That was me. I felt broken, and the experts really didn't know what was going on. Then, as a student at Johns Hopkins, before the internet, I found a small section in an obstetrics journal describing my exact symptoms, which at the time were called Stein-Leventhal syndrome. I recognized myself on that page. I walked into my doctor's office with the specific tests I needed and asked for those. The diagnosis came back exactly as I predicted. And then came the verdict, right? No known cause, no cure, a future of medication as each new disease arrived. I sat in that office and I heard my own body say 4 words to me. That's not your future. Lesson number 1, you're allowed to refuse a verdict. I walked out without the prescription and made myself a promise. If I could solve this for myself, I wanted to build a platform so other women wouldn't have to suffer through avoidable pain. Lesson number 2, information is cheap, right? The internet is drowning in hormone tips. What no one was giving me was the right steps in the right order based on our biology. So I built that. It became the foundational flow protocol that I outlined in my very first book, WomanCode, in 2013. Lesson number 3, lived proof is so important. I have the credentials as a holistic health coach and a functional nutritionist, but the reason women trust me is that I'm not an expert just reading about this in a textbook. I'm the woman who's lived it, fixed my own body first, and then spent 25 years proving it works for others. Here's why I'm telling you all of this. Somewhere along the way, you may have been handed your own version of that sort of verdict, right? Especially if you have PMOS. Just lose weight, just go on the pill, just accept it. This is your future. It doesn't have to be. The same 4 words that I heard in that office are true for you too. That's not your future. Your body is not just a problem to be managed for the rest of your life. It's a system, very intelligent system, that responds when you give it the right things in the right order. I'm living proof, and I've built everything I do to make that proof something that's accessible to you. If my story resonated and you're wondering where your own hormones went off track, my free PMOS Root-Cause Checklist is the exact first step I would give you. Comment PMOS and I'll send it, or it's in the description. Subscribe and follow along because I share the method, the science, and the women living this out every single week.